Good morning. Boundy Psychic Medium here, as the name will say. Boundy. I don't have the Psychic Medium label on this page, but I did on the first one. Right, we're here for the Daily Lenormand card spread reading. Just an itty bitty bit late, but I'm very close to the 8 o'clock this morning. And anyway, any time between 8 and 9, it's still 8 something, isn't it? So here we go. I'm going to flip it round to the cards. Tune into your intuition as your, whoops, I just hit the wrong button then, but that's okay. That's okay. So tune into your intuition as you're looking at these cards. Good morning, Sarah. And to you, Karen, good morning. It is a crisp morning, but I've got a bit of sunshine and cloud. So at the moment, I actually had to tumble dry my clothes because I'm heading out and I'm not sure, gee, are they going to be on the clothesline and get wet? So I decided not to hang them out. Oh, I just noticed how dirty my screen is over the cards. I didn't check that part. So wipe its nose. Let's see if that improves it or not. Yeah, a little bit. Yes, I had it fall over a little. I'll fall down and it sort of, I must have put my handprint on it. But what we've got, and I forgot the pointer. So what we've got is, as the main card, because I've now got Leanne and Deb's cards here, the Inner Soul Guidance Oracle, I'm going to use one of her cards every morning as part of that central emphasis, give it the first energies, because what we've got here is the confirmation card, and I'll pick that up, lift it up and show you. Because what we've got here is the confirmation card from her deck, and it's ask those desired questions and open your heart and receive the signs from above. And it certainly is giving that confirmation that what we need to do is, you can see you can see the reflection of the camera in there. Have a look at that. So what it's actually doing is reminding us that we do need to, when we ask questions, we're looking for the signs that are the answers. What we need is some silence afterwards to actually bring forward those those answers in the awareness that we've got, increasing our awareness, waiting for those answers. Okay. So good morning, Caitlin. And we've got a very, oh, well, that's a different word for it. Bloody freezing. Is it really cold there in the bridge? Oh, nice and crisp. Um, I haven't actually been outside here yet, so I don't know how cold it is. And as you can see, I've put on a nice warmer top already after my shower. So it is interesting how we all perceive what is cold differently, isn't it? Now, what we've got in our cards this morning is the mice in the home space, which this time of year is pretty typical. What we've got is the moon in our workspace. We've got the young lady as the unexpected. We have time in our role, and it's clouds in that central space. I only just realised I've got that scroller across the bottom that I don't really need to be putting there. So I'll try to figure out where the heck I actually hide all. Yeah, it was a different place when I was chatting with Leanne the other night, and it took me a while to find something that's changed in the back part of Beehive. A big, yeah. So mice in the background in our home space. You don't really see them running around all over the place here. I am aware that there's some places in New South Wales apparently that there are mouse plagues, mouse plague, mice plague. Anyway, uh, what they normally do are in the background and sneaking around and hiding. They don't like to be revealed. They don't like to have you see them. Effectively, they're more into the dark spaces and places, and taking advantage of what's hidden in those places and spaces, what they can find when it's dark, when the doors are closed. So I like the card purely because it's a wonderful little rendition, like picture of this, because this one's just, or she is just swinging away on that piece of cloth and chewing through it, because mice will chew through plastic and they'll chew through paper and as well as the food, and wiring, all sorts. That's why they're such a they're not deliberately nasty, but they're such a resourceful, chew through anything, eat anything, take advantage of anything. Um, and it's without the care of themselves. They'll go to steal the cheese off the mousetrap without knowing, or the type of things that we do to get rid of them. And they'll still go in and eat the baits. They'll go in and trip the traps and all sorts of things. So what we're needing to be is have that awareness. It's almost like the question: is there anything hidden in our lives today, in our homes today, anything that needs to come out to be revealed? Because some energy or some food might even be being stolen from you by the mice. But they're just looking after their own realm, of course. They want to eat, they play, they just destroy. So we need to keep an eye out for them, have that awareness. Okay. And very nice looking fruit and cheeses and breads there. It's making me hungry. I haven't had breakfast. So we're going to move over to the moon, which is actually in the business space or the workspace. Um, because I'm in business as such, that's why I think of it more as business instead of work. But if you work at a job, it's still the same sort of energy. It's putting the mind to other um, aspects of life that are bringing in your income. So, if you're in business, you're working to move to have that profits. Pro, oh God, I really haven't got my brain into gear this morning yet, have I? To have that mechanism working to bring in that cycle of profits. We plan and do and create so that we're offering services or products or consulting or anything that is going to bring income back into us as our livelihoods. And as a job, you might be doing those sorts of things for someone else. You're employed. It doesn't matter what form of energy, the way that it's being done, but it's an energy exchange of your time for the work that you're doing, so that you can actually continue in our style of society to live a life that's, well, what you want. Here we've got the moon that's actually reflecting what are your thoughts and dreams on what you want. What are you working for? And in specifics, what is the mechanisms that you're needing to put into place to continue that cycle of creating that energy movement, that energy exchange, your labor, your thoughts, your talents, your IP, all sorts of things that can be put out there for others to purchase, to have that exchange of energy, that exchange of money to allow us to continue on in our further work, further livelihoods, further living, to be able to create this without people or mice coming in to steal it. Because of course that is some of the energy of relationships and people in the background in your home space, relationships that are feeling like they're draining your energy. Here we've got things that are productive and moving through that cycle that the moon moves through as well, so that we can create that abundance. Okay. Up here in our unexpected, we've got a young lady's energy moving into our day. So take those bright ideas, and I think this is probably relative as well to that contemplation, to asking the questions. What is she there contemplating? Is it questions she's asking of herself in that inner realm, reflecting back and looking on what has happened in the last day, week, month, years, all of that, even past lifetimes. And it's bringing all of that forward into where she is now and popping in unexpectedly in those moments in our day, where you can actually think and reflect and ask the questions. And we'll have that confirmation, like the initial card is: wait for the answers too. Expect the answers, look for those signs. So have that time in your day to do that. And here is where the time card comes in. I'm just going to bring it there forward. Time is our role. We need to be aware of the times that we're seeing the signs, the times that we need to actually sit first and ask the questions. How aware in our timeline through the day, have we got anything planned that we If you have been smelling mice in your house, go spend some time and go and look for them. It's what we had to do a couple of weeks ago because that's what we experienced. It's spending the time to actually put to sussing out, sourcing where they were, and we did, right? Only one. One was caught, and that was all it needed. Um, Spend the time to, and that with the questions, those answers, look for the signs. For mice, it's pretty obvious. It's poop in a cupboard on a shelf, or the smell. As I walked in, I could smell mice, and it was only one mouse at this point. And there's nothing to say, you know, does it need to have more cleaning in the house? Well, a lot of our houses are still clean, uh, and you still have a mouse or two running around. It's just the nature of mice are out in the fields and outside. They come in for the warmth of the winter, and there's food. What else are they going to do? It's all gone out the paddocks type of thing until farmers get that seed planted. They'll probably be back out there grabbing the seed as it's planted. Things like that. There's a time and space, time for everything. So our role is to actually know when that perfect time, the perfect time is when things do happen because that's how it happens. um, but to be aware of the amount of time we're doing something, what time we're planning to do things, and having that flexibility because time is that surreal, creative gauge that we use as humans. Okay, because time will pass regardless. Okay, so it's another thing of having that awareness and confirming for us that look, time, be aware of as it's moving on, but it's not something that you have much control over in the long run, really, when you sit and think of it. So that's where I like that contemplation time to actually put to. Sometimes it's just nice to sit and think philosophically about what's happening in your life. All there is to it. And as that central energy or as the outcome, there's always going to be those moments where it's cloudy. And I know for the general meaning of this card in what is the guidebook, it seems to be referring to a bit of those moodiness, sad times, whether it's depression, and it's moving away. The way that this card sits, you've got that's rumbling here in the corner. What I'm almost seeing here, because I really like those outback scenes where you've got the one windmill in the dusty, dry, flat land, and it'll be turning around really slowly because there's hardly any wind. But what I'm seeing in this one is that windmill, it's coming up stormy and it's all rumbly and and swirling energy. It's just not sitting right. It's just moving up into something. You can feel that pressure. But what we're doing here is with that the feeling of the cloud moving away into the sunshine. That's what I'm feeling, this movement away from what might have been some form of depression or some form of sadness or some form of, I'm not sure what's going on. Can we please do something? Type of energy. So here we've got that feeling, and as I'm looking at that, I can see a wedge-tailed eagle stock because we're in Australia. It's got to be a wedge-tailed eagle here, and not the type that goes up your crack as a wedgie. Wedge-tailed eagle. See that look, that silhouette of what looks like a magnificent bird just flying free, and then you're moving up and into this beautiful sunshine and the rays of warmth and calmness. You can just feel it move into that space. So at some point in your day, I really feel that if there's something stirring within you that feels like, and it could be even just new ideas you can't quite get the hold of, that you start to form and you can see the end goal. You're not quite sure from where you start, but you take flight and you move toward it with that ambition that is creating what is going to be. And I'm just going to put that up there so you can see a little clearer because there is birds right up in the corner that you can't see from down where they were sitting. So have a look at the detail in that. I really like this card because of the way its movement is actually creating the possibilities of anywhere that you can be in flight as you're moving off and into that sky. So I love it. So it's really, really good then. So, as you're moving into your day, take flight with all those possibilities. Know that with that confirmation card as the overall energy that we are looking at, the 11 11s, the 33s, the numbers, the feathers, the picking up a coin that you found at your feet as you're walking, all of those different types of signs that we can see. Just have that awareness and openness of being present in each and every moment as you're going through your day. So ask those questions too. And, if you do see the mouse, plan a way of doing something about it if that's what you want to do. Many people don't want to do anything about them at all. They're part of the ecosystem. It's all depending on what your own expectations, perspectives, and understandings are in your life and who you have around you for your path and your lessons. Okay. Oh, good morning, Holly. How are you? And yeah, look, the back is slowly improving. Thank goodness I've got another physio appointment, the Savo. So that should take care of the last bits, I think. And Caitlin, wow, thank you, Ros. Oh, thank you. Um, all of these, thank you, Sarah. Thank you for that. All of these messages that we receive whilst we're reading through a set of cards in a spread laid out as I have done. Create your own if you'd like to do card reading for yourself. It's only just using a tool that helps us to understand what we have in our life. Even if it's just sitting down and doing a short meditation or a long one if you want to, and concentrating on your breath, or not even doing that, just sit, close your eyes, and listen. Open your ears for what you can hear around you, because even in silence, there is something that is sound. And it's amazing to tune into that as just a meditation. Don't have to think about anything, you're just using that sense to hear. Or even if you're using the sense of feel, touch, the air on your body, all sorts of different ways. Even talking with someone is a way of being in a process of understanding, isn't it? So, in whatever way you're moving through your day, do it with being open, aware, turning on your senses. If it gets too crowded and oh, I can't handle this, turn them off. Just say, look, not now, spirit. Can you please quiet down my mind? Can you please, whatever it is that you're going to ask as your question for help? All that. Thank you for being here and watching this morning and being part of my day, especially as Caitlin here has said, I'm so glad I'm up about and about again because I inspire. Thank you. Look, we each inspire each other. Purely, if I was just doing this to myself, for myself every morning and it happens to be in public and no one shows up, would I continue? Oh, look, I don't know. It doesn't matter the who it's for. I love sharing, and you guys are sharing back with me. It is that energy exchange, and I thank you. So, for now, until tomorrow, what are we? Today's Tuesday. It really is a namaste from me, and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.